10 million years after mankind has destroyed itself with nuclear weapons and technology, fairies and elves re-inhabit the world. Two powerful wizards are born, twins, polar opposites, Avatar, drawing in all things good and wholesome, and Black Wolf, repelling everything. After the death of their mother, ruler of the fairy realms, Black Wolf and Avatar engage in a mighty battle. Avatar, enraged by the loss of his mother, prevails and banishes Black Wolf to Scorch. In Scorch, Black Wolf presides over all mutants and the last dregs of humanity, while Avatar watches over the fairy kingdoms from Montagar. After 3,000 years of peace, Black Wolf unearths ancient war technology and Nazi propaganda. He uses this to inspire his hordes, amass an army, and attempts to blitzkrieg the fairies. After the assassination of Eleanor's father, Avatar enlists the aid of Weehawk, Eleanor, and Peace, a repurposed assassination bot, to go on a quest to stop the war and defeat his brother once and for all, putting an end to the possibility of a second apocalypse.
Presenting the turning point of Ralph Bakshi's career, the cult classic of 1977, Wizards. With a massively low budget of just $1.1 million, Wizards was Bakshi's most successful animated feature, grossing $9 million in the few short weeks it was cinematically released before Star Wars took over, making it Mark Hamill's big screen debut. Ralph Bakshi was already infamous at this stage, having made a name for himself as a pioneer of the adult animation niche. He was told often at the start of his career that Disney was the name of the game, and if you weren't affiliated, you could forget it. Wizards was Bakshi's opportunity to show the world that he could create something beautiful, meaningful, and family-oriented. In contrast to his former works, Fritz the Cat, which was almost cartoon pornography, and Coonskin, which is stereotypical and racially controversial, Wizards is very subdued. He wanted to show that his animations were fair contenders for Disney. He even embedded a moral message for his young viewers about the rising concerns of technology and humanity's dependency herewith. If you trust technology too much, then it's going to hurt you. If there's too much technology, we lose magic, the magic of a man's mind. A film that depicts the demise of the human race, a second Holocaust, and a Führer who dies at the hands of his own resurrected machines is a warning that transcends the barriers of time and is more relevant now than ever before. To drive this point home is arguably the most controversial aspect of the film, the Nazi propaganda and stock footage of the Blitzkrieg.
Behold!
Bakshi used many styles and techniques in his films. He did not believe in sticking to one specific style or honing his animation team into reproducing a cloned design. He believed that switching the style to suit the mood of the animation was more emotionally moving than having something perfect and polished. Bakshi decided to use the images and stock footage as backgrounds for Wizards because he felt they were more fear-inspiring than anything his animators could dream up. Fox had also given him a very low budget, and these combined factors resulted in an end sequence that was fittingly dark and embodied the core of Black Wolf's character, but also chilled audiences as they viewed images of Hitler, a real-life demon. This technique was combined with equally thrilling scenes of rotoscoped stock footage that made the war scenes look full and chaotic.
There are a lot of interesting scene changes that draw the viewer's eye. A bubble reflection pops and turns into the tower at Montagar. We follow Peace's beeping signal all the way back to the new Nazi headquarters of Scorch. Bakshi also uses a lot of beautiful stills for his foregrounds or backgrounds, usually paired with an animated component. This technique is often used wherever the narrations occur, paired with the ethereal tones of Susan Terrell's voice. This gives the movie a bedtime story quality. The hand-drawn quality of the characters in Wizards is not the precision that we're used to from major animation contenders. Bakshi admits to handing animation work to a woman who walked in off the street to see what she could do. She reminded him of a younger him. He gave her the goon scenes because they didn't need to be beautifully drawn, and it didn't matter so much if there were mistakes on them. This gives the characters a tangible aspect, something that shows the substance of the mutant hordes and the elven armies. That woman was Brenda Banks, and she now has an extensive filmography, including work on King of the Hill and The Simpsons. The main characters had to be a little more refined, drawn beautifully but not without heart. We have Black Wolf, drawn almost as contradictory as the film itself. He is tall and fear-inspiring, with muscular shoulders, but at the same time, he's sickly and weak-looking, his pale skin and bony protrusions. It seems that everything in the design of the heroic team is at odds with what we know in pop culture. We have Weehawk, who is a beautiful 70s rock-style icon of an elf, but at the same time, he's the sidekick. Avatar, who's the hero of our story, but not in the traditional sense, as he's an old smoking alcoholic who is short and almost impotent. Finally, we have Eleanor, who is the beautiful love interest, but far from being a Barbie doll, she is a healthy lass with a fierce attitude and capability. She's also the reason I have a very healthy body image ideals.
While it may not be the G-rated sugar-coated spectacle that we're so often fed by Disney, it is a fresh, self-contradicting enigma that is real and fantasy, technological and mythical, as well as past and future infused. As Bakshi says, it's not so much how slick they are, it's how much heart they have.